Welcome to Chapter 14. Today we are going to try mental addition. Here are the vocabulary words: doubles fact and mentally. Mentally means done in your head. So we will be adding mentally, adding in your head. There are 3 ways we can do this. One way I'm going to show you is to add 1-digit numbers using doubles facts. The second way I'm going to show you how to mentally add in your head is to add 1-digit number to a 2-digit number, and basically you're going to be adding the ones place in your head. And then mentally adding a 2-digit number to tens. So in this case, you're going to be adding the tens place in your head. Follow me, I'll show you. Let's try mentally adding 1-digit numbers by using the doubles fact knowledge. So take a look here. We have 8 plus 9. Now, I want you to notice something about 8 plus 8. In your head, you should be able to say that 8 plus 8 is 16. And if you haven't noticed anything yet, what about 9 plus 9? If you know that 9 plus 9 is 18, because it's a doubles fact, are you noticing anything about 8 plus 9? Hopefully by now you can see that 8 plus 9 is just one more number than 8 plus 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 16, except 9 is just one more. What's one more than 16? That's correct, 17. Some friends like to do it this way, where they see 9 plus 9 is 18. 9 plus 9 is 18. 9 plus 9 is 18. But they see that we have an 8 here, which is just one less than 9. So if 9 plus 9 is 18, and this is not 9 plus 9, this is 8 plus 9, it must be one less than 18, which is 17. So either way you see it, 9 plus 9 is 18 or 8 plus 8 is 16, you should see that 8 plus 9 is just one more than 16 and one less than 18. And you see how I didn't do any work, I just did that in my head. Let's look for some examples of doubles fact plus 1 or minus 1s. So earlier we did 8 plus 9. Let's try 5. What could we add 5? If we add 5 plus 5, that would just be a double. But if we did 5 plus 6, that would be 5 plus 5, just one more. See, this one has one more. So what is 5 plus 5? 10. And what is 5 plus 5 plus one more, which is 6? Well, 10 and one more would be 11. Let's try another one. How about 2? And should we do a 1 or a 3? Let's try 3. All right, so which double does this look like? It looks like a 2 plus 2, just one more here. So what is 2 plus 2? That's correct. And since this one has one more, instead of 4, it would be 5. So again, we have to do this in our heads, okay? We have to do this in our heads. So let's try one within our heads. We're going to try the number 7. Okay, let's do 7 plus 8. All right, we're doing this in our head now. I'm seeing in my head 7 plus 7, and that's a double. I know that's 14. 7 plus 7 is 14. This one right here is one more than 7. So instead of 14, we have 15. Next, I'm going to show you how to add mentally a 2-digit number with a 1-digit number. Now, obviously, we can't use the doubles fact knowledge here. What we do need to do is we need to focus on the ones place. Okay, so in your head, mentally in your head, you're just going to focus on the 10 and the 4. You're going to leave the 10 alone for now, and you're just going to notice the 4 ones in your head. Okay, 4 ones. And you're going to add 2 more ones in your head. So in your head, mentally, you are only seeing 4 plus 2. So in your head, this is your brain, you should see 4 plus 2. You should be able to do that in your head. So what is 4 plus 2? That's correct if you think it's 6. And we have a 10 here, so we would just say 16. Okay, so that's how that works in your head. So look at this again. It's 4 plus 2, which happens in your head. You're calculating that in your head. You're doing 4 plus 2 in your head. And when you say 6, you're just going to go ahead and then add the 10. So that 14 plus 2 is equal to 16. All right, let's try another one. So this is how we mentally add 31 plus 8. And we are just noticing the ones place. So we've got 3 10s and 1 1 and 8 ones that you're going to add to the 31. So mentally, you want to kind of focus on this part right here. 1 plus 8. In your head, you should be able to do that. 8 plus 1 more is 9. So you would have 39 as your answer. Now I'm writing everything down, but I want you to try to do this mental addition in your head. So you would just see 31 plus 8, and you would see in your head the ones place. And in your head you would say 9, and just put that 3 back together. And in your head you should say 39. This time we're going to do our third way of mental addition. And the third way, we're dealing with 2-digit number and a 2-digit number called a 10. So we're going to be adding a bunch of 10s. In this case, we only have one 10. Okay, so if we're adding a 10 to the 25, we should just be thinking about adding the 10s place. So here we've got 2 10s, 5 1s. Let's let 5 just take a break for now, and you've got one more 10 over here. So what is 2 10s plus 1 10? 20 plus 10. So if you just notice this part right here, if you're just noticing the 1 10 and the 2 10s, in your head, what's 2 plus 1? 3 10s. And then there are still 5 1s. Okay, so you see how quickly we did that? It's because we just added the 10s and then left the 5 alone. There was nothing here to add more. So we're doing this in our head, mental addition. So let's try a couple of these, adding the 10s to it. All right, so I wrote a bunch of examples of 2-digit numbers adding 10s. Okay? So here we have a 27, and we're adding 10 more. That's just going to change this one right here. So if you just add 10 more, that's 110. If you add 110 to this, you should get 37. 27 plus 10 is 30. 20 plus 10 is 30. And then you've got a 37. This right here is a 7. Okay, let's read this one. 17 plus 20. In your head, you should see that there is 10 and 20. What's 10 plus 20? Another 30. And there's a 7 ones. 37. Okay, let's try another one. 20 plus, instead of seeing the 13, you should see 10 and 3 ones. So what's 20 plus 10? another 30, and then you've got 3 ones. See how quickly we're doing this in our heads? 30 plus 10 and 1. What's 30 plus 10? 30 plus 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. And then you've got a 1 in the ones place. All right? So hopefully you can see that in your head, that 20 plus 10 is 30. 20 plus 10 is 30. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 110. 30 plus 10 is 40. And as you can see the ones place, take a look at the ones place here. This is the ones place. There's 7 ones. In here there are 7 ones. There are 3 ones. So you don't really have to do anything in the ones place. You just leave that in the answer. Okay, so just to go over everything we did today is we used mental addition, adding in our heads. One way we did that was to use doubles facts. The second way we did that was to add the ones place. And then the last thing we tried was to add the tens place. Now go ahead and turn to your workbook and practice the 3 different ways to add mentally.